Yes, guys, you had me right. We are sponsored by the wonderful people at Yogabed. Now, Yogabed is the biggest platform for betting in Uganda. You can bet on your laptop, on your smartphone, or anywhere, even if you don't have a smartphone, as long as you can have a device called a phone in your hand. Yogabed brings you all the best betting odds for football, tennis, basketball, and a couple of other games. It depends on what you want to bet on. They have virtual games. They have 100% bonuses on your first deposit, as well as a 50 million jackpot if you can actually win it. Click the link in the description to get 100% bonus on your first deposit, and obviously to sign up with Yogabed. Bet with Yogabed so that you do not regret.
Right then, lads, you had me right. We are sponsored by Yogabed. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. New graphics, new colors. We have our away jersey is actually yellow, so I decided, why don't we have a yellow touch as well? Why don't we have a yellow touch in this studio as well? Of course, we'll keep the white colors. Obviously, you know what red and white means for Arsenal, red, white. So I will keep the red colors, but let's get into what we are going to be speaking about today. Massive updates from from Chris Whitley, saying Arsenal have actually made their official offer, first initial official offer. It was coming, it was imminent, and finally here we go. So Arsenal have proposed a player plus cash deal for James Maddison to Leicester City. However, we are not the only club that are interested in this one. Another club in London, believed to be Spurs, has also made an offer, a player plus cash deal offer for James Maddison. We are going to be traveling through that. We are going to digest that. We're going to dive into that, on a bigger scale. We will speak about Lautaro Martinez as well, because with Lautaro Martinez, a couple of updates are coming out. Inter Milan have made him a priority to sell rather than Romelu Lukaku. They will fight to sell Martinez, and they will fight to keep Romelu Lukaku. Could this be the chance that Arsenal get a player like like Lautaro Martinez? We are gonna dive into that. Sky Sport and Chris Whitley are so close in consensus, but Chris Whitley says Xhaka has signed his new contract today. We are going to dive into that. It is a done deal. Xhaka signs a new contract. We're going to dive into that. Of course, Sky Sport are a little bit behind because, they always want to be so correct. So they're saying, they're really saying Xhaka contract very, very close. But what we know from Chris Whitley, and obviously he is the man that broke that James Maddison initial offer. So we are going to dive into Xhaka. We are going to dive into James Maddison. We are going to dive into Martin Odegaard and see what is the situation around the lads. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe. Why not? Let's get the party started. Right then, lads, welcome back, my bosses. Welcome back, family. Welcome back, the community, to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. And obviously, we are going to speak a lot. We are going to speak, like I've told you, it's a lot of talk. It's absolutely a lot of talk. James Maddison initial offer from football.london. That is where we begin the party from. Right. Smash the like button, people. Smash that like button. Let's get them to 50 likes right about now. Make sure we are at 50 likes right about now. So let's get into it. So Chris Whitley has actually put out a tweet. Obviously, he's one of those big Arsenal journalists at the moment. I think he is credible. I think he is credible. Football to London at times do write misleading stories. And if anyone quotes me right, they do write misleading stories as well. But they're very, very, very good when it comes to giving you timely updates, updates around football, football in London. So around Chelsea, around Spurs, around West Ham, around Arsenal as well. They're so good. So Chris Whitley has actually come out and broken the deadlock. Now we've been waiting for that, for that, update around James Maddison. Of course, we were told by the credible AFC Bell that something is going to happen. A deal is imminent. Arsenal will get something in, but we never knew when it was going to come in, because they said, the James Maddison deal is actually waiting for it. That's what they said. The James Maddison deal, the James Maddison camp is waiting for an initial offer, or for an official offer from Arsenal. It took so long. I think AFC Bell reported about that around 3 weeks ago, around 4 weeks ago, and all of us thought this deal was officially off. Actually, I saw the AFTV today in the morning. They were saying, is the James Maddison deal officially off, because it was so quiet. But finally, like I reported from the AFC Bell a couple of days ago, Arsenal have been working secretly underground through intermediaries. Now say that again. I will say that again. Arsenal have been working secretly underground through intermediaries to see that they can actually sign the man himself, James Maddison. Now, what we know from Chris Whitley, Football.London, big up my man there. He says a deal. He says a deal, has already been proposed. An official offer has been proposed to Leicester City, and the deal is Leicester City will have to agree to cash plus a player if we are actually going to get James Maddison out of there. Now, it's not yet known which amount are we going to offer Leicester City. It is also not yet known which player in particular will be handed. But they're citing a couple of players that could be available for this one, including Eddie Nketiah, including Reece Nelson, and including Joe Willock. Leicester City apparently have shown interest. Before in Reece Nelson. They have shown interest in Reece Nelson. But the idea for me there is, if you're doing a player plus cash deal, and of course the reason as why we are doing a player plus cash deal is we can't meet the 70 million. We can't meet that 70 million. So what that tells you, or what that tells me is Leicester City will need a player that is relevant. They will need a relevant player. Look, you can't give them Eddie Nketiah, and when they have Patson Dak and Vardy and Kelechi Iheanacho, and then you say, we're giving you Eddie Nketiah and giving you 40 million. So it's like Eddie covers 30 million, 30 million pounds. And that's the big question now. Which player? Because I don't think they're gonna be two players that cross over to Leicester City, and then we plus cash to get James Maddison, right? So which player in particular do we have ready to go to Leicester City and make them believe they need the player? Because that is where we are. Leicester City, according to their quality, according to their standards, they are not the best in the league, but they're among the best 7 clubs in the league in terms of quality. So if you're offering them a player, even if it's a squad player, he must be good. The player's got to be good. Reece Nelson, has lacked playing time. He's good, he's good as a player. How much do I value in him in this transfer summer? What? Around 13 million pounds. Joe Willock maybe could be the player. Because it's reported Leicester City would think about a player like maybe Philippe Coutinho on a short-term loan deal, probably or a year, to replace James Maddison, or they would play a 4-3-3 with Ndidi, Somare, and Tielemans. Yeah, because with Brendan, he's so open at playing that 4-3-3, and I think it would absolutely work with them. Somare as your box to box, Ndidi as your CDM, and then you have the creativity. You're getting the creativity from Tielemans. My only worry for them, just in a minute, is I don't think Tielemans does the same thing as James Maddison. I don't think he creates the same way, the same amount of chances, the same amount of goal scoring opportunities as Yuri Tielemans. I'm sorry, as James Maddison. I don't think. But maybe. So, of course, on one hand side, they will have Harvey Barnes. On the other, they would have, Patson Daka in the middle, maybe in the middle, or they would decide to play a 4-4-2 with Patson Daka and Vardy, and then Harvey Barnes joins the midfield. I don't care. As long as we can get James Maddison. So this one is a deal that is never, like we reported in the first place. It's never gonna be easy. We have not had the response of Leicester City. Are they rejecting it? Are they taking it in? We are not. We've not actually known. We've not actually known what they think about. But this is from Gadget a couple of 1 minute ago, and they're saying Leicester City are still under no pressure to sell. It is understood that they can demand at least £60 million for the player, who has 3 years left on his contract. Arsenal could look to sweeten the deal by offering players in exchange, although there are no guarantees that this would make the transfer happen. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about, and that is what we have to focus on with James Maddison. If you want to, throw players into that one, if you want to throw players into that pool, into that deal, they better be good. And you know what the problem is? The players that are so good at Arsenal are not good enough at other clubs. And we will be speaking about Xhaka in a minute. And I would tell you that Mikel is the person behind Xhaka staying. Mikel has never wanted Xhaka to leave. Since January 2020, he's been persuading him to stay. Sorry, January 2021, he's been persuading him to stay until Xhaka signing a new contract, and Roma have been informed of that situation as well, right? So let me tell you people, and let me try to inform you about this. We don't have good players unless you're giving them Lokonga, baby. Maybe if you give them Lokonga, they could take him. If you give him ESR, they could take him. If you give them Saka, they could take him. We have players you can't throw in that deal, but they're not good enough to entice a club like Leicester City. They are not good. And with Leicester City, their negotiations has always been class, top notch. Look, I love Arsenal, and I know our negotiation is shit. There's no question about that. Absolutely, there is no question about that. There's no doubt about that. Arsenal's negotiation in this, in the transfer window has been, that is the way we are. We are not among the top negotiators. It is Lyon, it is Dortmund, it's Leicester City. Those are clubs that they will sell you. They will sell to you, a player without a head at 100 million. They will, and I think Spurs as well, because selling Gareth Bale, and look at what he's done at Real Madrid. The marketing of Gareth Bale was also top notch as well. So with Arsenal negotiating, I don't think it's going to work for us. We have to find other ways. And like a couple of reports have reported, looks like we're gonna depend a lot on add-ons. That is how we are gonna do our deals. Add-ons. Arsenal is looking at add-ons. Can we do a £50 million deal, pay 30 million straight, and probably add some more add-ons in the future? Because if you look at the £75 million we've spent so far, 30 million will be quit in one financial year for Ben White. Albert Sambi Lokonga, 70. Of course, the 20 million for Ben White comes in add-ons. Albert Sambi Lokonga, 17 million quits. Then you have add-ons of around around 5 or 6 million to make it 22. Then you have Nuno Tavares, around 8 million quits. And then you have 2 or 3 million coming in as add-ons. So that is how we've been trying to do our business in this window, doing add-ons, trying to do add-ons, do a deal and add some money. With James Maddison deal, it's never gonna be easy. It's never gonna be easy. I don't know if you have seen the rumors. I did talk about it in the morning. If you've watched the show, if you have not, make sure you do check it out. It's on the channel already. I spoke about the rumors, the reports. I've not really seen so many of them, but of course there were a couple of them, and AFTV also reported about them yesterday. It was like it was like Arsenal's gonna get 100 million, and after the 75. Arsenal could actually get an extra 100 million to spend in this summer, in the last days of the summer. Now, that one is not confirmed anywhere, But if it were to be true, then it would absolutely work in our favor. Absolutely, it would work in our favor. If we get that one, look, am I dreaming? Am I fantasizing a lot? I don't know. But if you get that, and unless it is just a mere fantasy, but if you get that 100 million, you could bring in around two more good signings. I think we will not sign in a central midfielder because we are going to speak about Xhaka and his new contract. So we are not going to speak, we're going to not talk about, talks of a new central midfielder. Although there are a couple of rumors and there are a couple of reports that Arsenal have put in an official bid for Bruno Guimaraes. However, that is not confirmed anywhere at the moment. That is not confirmed anywhere at the moment. So with Xhaka signing, you don't have to look for a center midfielder. We just need to get in a right back. If Bellerin stays, that means we don't get in a right back. We need to get in a backup goalkeeper and maybe an attacking midfielder who would be either Maddison or Martin Odegaard. I think we'll bring in a goalkeeper, and I think we'll bring in a midfielder, because literally we have signed no one in the starting 11 in terms of midfield, unless Xhaka is going to be counted as a new signing. So with James Maddison, I would love to get your thoughts as well. What do you think about this player plus cash deal? Do you think it would be accepted in the first place? Because personally, we spoke about it around 4 days ago, and we said the reason as to why Leicester City would want more money is there is a sell-on clause that Norwich City put in into the contract as they were selling to Leicester City. That if you buy, if anyone buys the player, if you happen to sell the player in future, you'll have to give us around 10%. You'll have to give us around 15%. It's not yet very clear, but the rumors are that there is a sell-on clause on any profits the player, the Leicester City make of selling James Maddison. So, I mean, obviously that means they want to sell him at 60. They want to sell him at 50, 60, 70, so that they can actually make more profits and, remain with a decent amount of money after they give Norwich City. So if they sell him at 70, how much profit are they making? Around 60. They could give 6 million to Norwich City, and then they remain with with a 54, which is not actually bad money. Which is not actually bad money. So that is where we are. An initial offer has been taken in. What I'm gonna say is, I'm not really sure it will be. I'm not really sure it will be accepted. I'm not really sure about that. And I've got to say it, I'm not really sure it will be accepted. I think the first offer, always, it's always bounced, isn't it? I think it will, it could get bounced, but maybe if Arsenal do much more than that, maybe then we could actually, bring in a better offer. For me, the good thing now is it's not like Leicester City won't sell. They just want the right amount of money. They're not desperate, though, and that is the problem. They're not desperate. We cannot manipulate them. That's it. That is where we stand at the moment. Leicester are not desperate. Arsenal will not manipulate them. We are in no position to actually manipulate them. That's the problem. However much I would love us to manipulate them. We are not in that position because they're not desperate. They're like, we can't sell next summer. We can sell this summer if anyone brings out, if anyone brings in, the right amount of money, right? So player plus cash deal for Leicester City's James Maddison, confirmed by Football.London. Make sure you do, check out that piece, Football.London. Make sure you do check it out and read for more information. Obviously, there they've spoken about Martin Odegaard. They've spoken about, a couple of things. And of course, with Martin Odegaard, like I said, we'll speak about Odegaard in a few minutes, because it looks like there is a condition Madrid want to set if we are going to sign Martin Odegaard. So it looks like it looks like they want to put what you call a buyback clause, and it's ridiculous. Buyback clauses are absolutely ridiculous. It's what Barcelona did with Emerson Royal. If you've been following that transfer, make sure you do subscribe to 90 More. By the way, if you want to follow everything If you want to follow everything, everything football, make sure you do subscribe to, Cossy 90, because there you will be able to find a lot of football talk. Chelsea. I've spoken about. Rafa Varane today. I spoke about Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea today as well, and I think I will speak about Xhaka on that. The situation of Granit Xhaka there as well. So make sure you do subscribe there. So that is James Maddison. That is James Maddison. Let me know in the comments below what you think about James Maddison, and I'll be very glad to read your comments and take in your thoughts as well. We are gonna jump yak. We are gonna kick the rocket to Italy, where we will speak about Lautaro Martinez. So we are flying to Italy, but of course, to fly to Italy, we need 100 likes. We just need 100 likes to do that. So make sure you smash the like button right about now. Let's get them to 100 likes, people, right about now. Smash the like button. Smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get them to as much as we can. At least 100 by now. At least 100. So smash the like button. Let's fly to Italy. So with Italy, Lautaro Martinez, obviously. Now, this is a lot of talk. And we're going to speak a lot, on Lautaro Martinez. I've done 2 videos today about Lautaro. One is about the Romelu Lukaku situation, and I really explained it very well on 90 more. So make sure you find that link. The video is on my community. So just click on the channel, go to homepage, click community, and watch that video. I spoke about how the Romelu Lukaku deal would influence the Martinez deal, and I'm gonna speak about it here again because I know most of you actually don't watch 90 more. Most of you watch Cossy's Arsenal podcast, and that's why you're here at the moment. So let's get into it. Chelsea have apparently had a second bid for Romelu Lukaku rejected, and that bid is around 85 million pounds. This is also reported by Sky. This is a story reported by Sky Sports, and that's why I would love to share with you. So 85 million pounds bid rejected plus Marco Alonso. Inter Milan know they are in a very difficult situation, but they would love to sell Arsenal target Lautaro Martinez rather than 28-year-old ex-Chelsea player Romelu Lukaku. That is an interesting one. I've seen Terry Flares, as reported by Pet O'Rourke and the Athletics, David Onstein and Dean Jones. I've seen Terry Flares on the Football Terrace saying this deal is there to be done. That means a lot. That absolutely means a lot. The last time I was live and I was talking about Lautaro Martinez, used to remember what happened. Used to remember what we were talking about. Because we said the Athletic believe it's an easier deal to do. And I think it makes sense now. It makes a lot of sense when we say the Lautaro Martinez deal is easy to do. It's easier to do. Because why it is easier to do, you have you have Inter Milan. I don't know why I'm drunk with Leicester City. You have Inter Milan who are in a very difficult financial situation. They need some money. But at the same time, they are champions of the Italian Serie A. They need to keep some of their best talents. They need to do that. And their CEO has been speaking and was speaking about transfer and said, yeah, Hakimi has left, but we need to keep now we need to keep some of our best players. But the problem is the money situation, the money conundrum they are in doesn't permit that. They have to sell, they have to let go at least 2 of their best players. And they're saying it is not Lukaku, it is not Nicolo Barella. No, we will sell Martinez. So why Arsenal have an advantage in this one is Inter Milan are more than happy if the right offer lands onto the table. Of course, there are reports, like I said, on the Football Terrace. I was listening in, earlier, and they were saying that a deal is actually, advancing. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I've not seen so many reports about that. Of a deal, now being in advanced talks. I don't know about that. But what I know is I can confirm from Sky Sport that Lautaro Martinez is the player that will be sold instead of Romelu Lukaku. And look, these deals. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know physics. I didn't do physics, and so I have so little of it. I really wanted to do an assimilation, but I have so little of it. It's like the weight of one deal directly, influences the weight of the other. So if Lautaro Martinez leaves Inter Milan at the moment, Romelu Lukaku actually doesn't. If Lukaku leaves, Martinez doesn't. Because what Inter Milan will do, if Lukaku leaves for 140 or 110 million, they will simply get Lautaro Martinez to sign a new contract and give him the money he wants. If Martinez leaves, then they can actually remain with Romelu Lukaku. Because Sky is saying Lukaku wants to stay, would love to stay in Italy. He is happy with the champions. He's happy to stay with the champions of Serie A. Lautaro Martinez on the other side would want to try out a new challenge, wants more money, and Inter Milan cannot afford that. They would rather sell him than actually give him more money. They would rather sell him than actually think about losing Romelu Lukaku. That is where we are now on the Lautaro Martinez deal. That is where we are. Absolutely interesting stuff. In the last 28 days of the window, we might see interesting drama. The first 60 days were a little bit boring one day. But in the last ones, we could see much drama. So with look, this is my humble opinion. I don't think we will sign both of them. And don't put it in your head that Arsenal must sign one of them either. I repeat that. I don't think we will sign one of them. And don't put in your head that Arsenal must sign or will sign one of them as a must. No. We can end up in this window, out of this window, without any of them, or we can only end up with one of them. And in my case, I think it will be it's more of a dependency deal. It looks like Arsenal would want to try out James Maddison first. If Maddison fails, it's more like the Manuel Locatelli situation. Locatelli first, Locatelli fails, Xhaka now comes into the picture, and we're like, wow, we can keep Xhaka. We stay with Xhaka. So I think it's gonna be like James Maddison. Maddison fails, and then Martin Odegaard. Because if you look at the pace at which Martin Odegaard's deal is actually sliding in, if you look at how it is sliding in, it only shows you that we might end up with Martin Odegaard once again. Appreciated by Mikel, loved by Edu, loved by fellow players. I don't know about the fans, loved by Cossy. Martin Odegaard. So, it's more of a dependency now. It's more of a dependency. Like, Odegaard is the priority. Because, look, if we go into the James Maddison deal, and we can crack it off, and Leicester City accept 50 million plus 2 players. We don't go for Lautaro Martinez. We do need him because I think we would need a striker as well, but we don't go for Lautaro Martinez, right? If Lautaro Martinez actually gets over the line, we don't go for James Maddison. But I think the priority is still James Maddison. Obviously, a couple of reports have reported that now Martinez has actually overtaken James Maddison in terms of the hierarchy. I don't believe it. I actually don't believe it. I think it is Maddison first. It is Maddison first. And with a lot of work now being done underground for James Maddison, it is still more and more confirmed that James Maddison is still our priority. So, guys, that is why I ask you my question. In the comment section, I've asked you a beautiful question. Very, very, very beautiful question. Do you think we will get either of the two? Do you have confidence in Arsenal to complete these 2 deals? Because that's a big question. That's like asking, that is asking someone who's never spent $100 at once, yeah. And because they have, because there is an anticipation that they have $200, and then you ask them to spend $150 at once. Even if you have money, if you're not used to spending it, at times it's so hard. Even if you have it, you'll be like, I don't want to spend my money. I want to keep it. I want to stay with it. I want to keep it. And that is what Arsenal are. That is what Arsenal are. Whether we have the money, because I don't know where we got it. We don't know where we got it. It's one of the worst windows, in the world for all clubs. If you ask me, or if you ask yourself, how many players have other clubs brought in? Okay, United have brought in an 88 million euro player, and they've spent around 120 million euros, both on Varane and Jaden. Okay, Chelsea, no. City, they could be very close to getting Grealish. Spurs, they've not spent a lot. Liverpool, not a lot as well, only Konate. Leicester City, Somare and Daka, and a free deal for Ryan Bertrand. Aston Villa, Leon Bailey, 30 million euros. That is coming in. Barcelona, how much has Barcelona spent? How much has Barcelona really spent? Have they spent money? Look, Depay is a free deal. Aguero is a free deal. Emerson Rayo is close to be being a free deal. Has Barcelona spent money? Madrid, Alaba is a free deal. If you look at PSG, they spent 70 million euros on Hakimi. The rest are free deals. So it shows you it's not the easiest window. It's not a window where, because it is a crazy window, and Arsenal have spent 75 million euros or 75 million pounds. PSG is spending 170 somewhere. You could have Madrid spend 200 somewhere. You could have Barca spend 300 somewhere. You could have United spending 300 somewhere. But because it's unusual times, it is tragic times, very, very tragic. It's a little bit more of a surprise that Arsenal have actually managed to sign in, 3 players at 75 million euros. Because that is what we spend normally. In normal times, that is what Arsenal spend. Now it is tragic times, and we are even spending more. So probably you could have it. So getting both deals done we might not even have the time. We might not have the time, because for me to get the Lautaro deal done, it will be over. It is next week, not even this week. It could be next week. It could be after we play Brentford, I think. To get the James Maddison deal done, it could be after. It could be close to the end of the window. To get both deals done, you just you're walking away with none of them, and that is my fear. I don't want to walk away with none of them. At least let's have a number 10, because now we have party problems. We have party injury problems. We don't want to enter a season where our CDM or where our defensive midfielder is not confirmed. When Xhaka is back, no midfield, no attacking midfielder. I mean, we would start the season worse than it ended. You don't want that, really. So I think James Maddison is the priority. We know that now. He is the priority. Will Arsenal get this one done? Will Arsenal finally get their man? Sky, The Guardian have started writing stories around it. It means something. The man that broke this story is very quiet. Very, very quiet. And it would be interesting, by the way, if tomorrow or today we get the right amount of money that Arsenal puts on the table and the player. Because that would give us a clear picture of what is happening. The deal is through intermediaries. Like I said, it is not direct. It is through intermediaries. I did report about that before. So that is where we do stand. Smash the like button, people. Let's get them to 100 and what? 150. Let's get them to 150 right about now. Thanks everybody for watching in. It really, really means a lot when you guys come in and watch this stuff and talk to me, and I talk to you as well. It would be absolutely interesting. So smash like button, people. Tell me if you love the graphics, by the way. Tell me if you love the color yellow. It's our away jersey. Yeah. I've done it in response to our away jersey. So it's yellow, isn't it? It's yellow. So I decided to go for some pinch of yellow. Let me know in the comments below whether you love the new colors. Right. Let's look at some of your comments though. People who want to join the stream. I have issues with my computer, and that's why when someone joins in, I do get an echo. So I really can't. and I'm still working that on, working that out, right? So, hey Cossy, this is going to Abu. Hey, he says, hey Cossy, we need experienced playmaker, and Maddison is one of them. He says is one of them. Odegaard because is one of them than Odegaard, okay? Because he knows the Premier League more than Odegaard in terms of physicality, right? Thank you so much, Abu, right? Why is no one talking about selling Aubameyang? Because no one wants Aubameyang. Because no one wants Aubameyang. Look, and look, let me speak about the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang situation for a minute. I know many Arsenal fans are really mad, about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I do understand the reasons why many Arsenal fans are mad with Aubameyang. I do understand that 100%. So I'm not really one of those people who can actually come out and say Aubameyang is a saint, because he is not. He's putting us in a very difficult situation. He's putting us in that Mesut Ozil situation. And I think the role Aubameyang plays at Arsenal is actually more important than that Ozil role, because with Aubameyang, he's a player that he's taught us he's taught us to be lazy. That what, I can carry you on my back. I can carry you, and we are used to that. And when Aubameyang's back broke, of I don't know if it broke or fractured. I don't know. We started jumping onto the back of our young players like Xhaka. Whole season, this team and the manager were all clinging on to a 19-year-old's back. That is what we were doing. So with Aubameyang, it's very vital. It's very important, and that's why it's scary that he's not scoring and he's not responding like the Aubameyang we know, right? So, but I can't think about it. You sell Aubameyang at the moment to who? Where do you sell him? You've given him a contract that has crazy money. Clubs are not taking Aubameyang. Lacazette. Clubs are not taking Willian because of their wages, because of their crazy wages. Aubameyang earns more than them. Aubameyang is almost at 250k per week, plus bonuses, which makes which could actually drive it to 300 plus a week. Who's gonna pay that for that money? Who's gonna pay that money for a player who's not even because taking Aubameyang at the moment is a gamble. He's getting older and older. He's not becoming any younger, right? And he's lost his rhythm. He's lost his form. He looks like he's never played as a star, right? It looks like he's never supported a club. This man has supported Arsenal for 2 consecutive years. This man supported Dortmund. This man supported Saint-Etienne. But it doesn't even look like that. So to sell Aubameyang, you would struggle. Absolutely, you would struggle. Unless you're terminating his contract. That would cost you a lot of money. But forget about that. Aubameyang is still key. Aubameyang is still vital. I mean, you can't, because for me, I don't think he's part of the deadwood. Though he is a concern. He is a worry. Do I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang should be sold this summer? No. Unless there is an offer we can't refuse. Keep Aubameyang. You never know what comes next season. He might not shine 10 games in, but at least he's going to give you double figures. That is what you want with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's a player that is on, that he's always on the pitch, and you feel like it's like you put a match on a matchbox. Whenever you move it around, you expect those sparkles. You're gonna get those sparkles. You expect them. At least you expect them. With Aubameyang, you expect it. With Alexander Lacazette, I was watching. Big up to my man Kurtish, Show TV. Great Arsenal fan. He spoke about something very interesting. Something that I've said time and again. Lacazette being the best striker at Arsenal doesn't mean he's good enough. He was the best player among Deadwood. So you don't give me Alexander Lacazette to be my lead man, right? And throw away, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I don't do that. Absolutely. I would give Aubameyang 38 games in a season and he doesn't score a goal because I believe he will come back. I just believe it. If he doesn't come back this season, I'll be so surprised. His class is elegant. His elegance is undisputed. His elegance, his quality, there's no question. There's no question on that. So look, selling Aubameyang, no, I'm not part of that. I'm absolutely not part of that. Cossy, why one of them? We need both of them. Cronky owes the fans that much. We need good times. We are starving. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, if you ask me, how many players do us the need to get back to the level we need to be? It's more than 4. It's more than 5. But at the moment, we've got to be realistic. We've got to be realistic, and that's why that's one of the reasons why that is one of the things we should be proud of as a community. We've got to be realistic, and if you're going to be realistic, honestly, we are not getting many of them, are we? We're not getting all of them. It's like it's not. We're not getting both of them. We're not getting really. We are not really getting both of them, right? Let's see what your people are saying before we move to that Martin Odegaard situation, because we're gonna speak Odegaard. You're gonna speak Odegaard as well, and Xhaka. So make sure you're on the stream. Don't even dare leave. God, I hope we get Maddison. This is going to Chris Guna. Hope you're doing well, bro. Okay. Hi, Cossy. For me, I prefer experienced creative midfielder like Maddison than Odegaard. Okay. Right. Hey, Cossy, this time you're wrong. You're wrong. This time you are wrong. Arsenal spent 561 million in the last 4 years. It's going to Adenan. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay, if you're talking about 75 million, the 75 million spent, I was speaking about this summer alone. But again, I love that. 506. Look, I don't think we've not been spending money. I think we've been spending money wrongly. We brought in Nicola Pepe in a season where we should have brought in at least 2 good midfielders. We wouldn't be starving. We wouldn't be meandering around if you had brought in at least 2 good midfielders. Right. That is on one side. That goes to one side. Smash the like button, people. Smash that like button. Let's get them to as many as we can. Let's make sure we are at 150. That means a lot. 150. How many are we at? Someone let me know in the chat. I'm not even looking at it. So someone let me know in the chat, how many do we have at the moment? How many likes do we have at the moment? Let me know and keep smashing the like button. So I think we've not been, it's not that we've not spent money. We've spent money wrongly. That's the truth. If instead of Xhaka, we had brought in N'Golo Conte because we wanted N'Golo fast. If you had brought in N'Golo Conte, if you had brought in a Riyad Mahrez in that season when we wanted him, if you had brought him, if you had brought in a better right back, right? 2 years ago or 3 years or 1 year ago or last summer, if you had brought in like we brought in a good left back. So I think we've been just spending money on money wrongly. It's not bad to have a player like like Pepe. If Pepe is 40 million, get that 40 million, spend it on Pepe, and bring me a CDM. That is fine. But buying 72 million from Nicola Pepe, and the midfield goes empty for 2 good seasons. Are you crazy? It's absolutely out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. Right? Bring Maddison and Max Aarons, for us. To Arsenal. This is my man Frank Mahesa. All right. This one says good deal, no doubt. This is according to Francis. Big up Francis. Okay. Arsenal, we truly know the problem of our club. Just we face the reality to invest more in right players like James Maddison. All right. We are at 162 likes. We are at 162 likes. Thank you so much, Winnie. Thank you so much, Winnie. Thanks, everybody who smashed the hell out of the like button. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Keep smashing the like button, people. Keep smashing the like button. According to you, who will we get, Martinez or Maddison, and which one would you prefer? Big question. Big question. As I move to Granit Xhaka and Odegaard, I'm going to answer that. But please make sure we get to 200 likes because now we are very close. 200. That should be our target, shouldn't it? 200. Right. So, who will we get? Who do we need? Who do I prefer? Those are the three questions I'm answering, and we are moving on. Who do I prefer? James Maddison. Who will we get? If we are to get one of them, I think it will be James Maddison. It will be James Maddison. Who do I prefer? I've said James Maddison. We need Maddison. I think we will, if we are going to get one of them, it will be James Maddison, right? So it's James Maddison all over. And the reason that's why I think we need James Maddison is we've spoken about it a couple of times. And I spoke about it on the Lautaro Martinez, show that we did live I think yesterday, but 2 days ago. And I said, with Lautaro Martinez, you're bringing in a player who's gonna score you more goals and help Aubameyang, with scoring the goals. But at the moment, we have Balogun, we have Lacazette, and Aubameyang. But so we have three players. If they can, if both of them can get, if two of them, Lacazette and Aubameyang, can get double figures, that is around 20 goals. And then you have Nicola Pepe getting double figures. That's around 10 goals. So, we have 30 goals from the three of them. That is not even, that doesn't make us top four. That does not achieve us top four. It actually doesn't, honestly. It does not, it does not give us a chance to play in top four. But the creativity is lacking a lot. And that's why I would go with James Maddison. The creativity is lacking. The creativity isn't there. That is the problem. We absolutely have got no creativity. Edward says, 174 likes. Let's make them 200 people. You guys are the good lads. You guys are the good guys. Let's smash the like button. Let's get it to 200 people. Do that. Before we do that, Edward says, good job, Cossy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate when people do appreciate, by the way. Okay, let's dive into Granit Xhaka, people. I don't know. I've never spoken Swiss. If I had known Swiss or the Swiss accent, I would break this one. I would say this in Swiss. Granit Xhaka signs a new Arsenal deal, 2 more years, and that makes it 4 years. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, you've done it. You've done it again. You've done it again, Arsenal. You've done it again. I know the reason. I can justify the reason they have done this. So it's not all negative. It doesn't take us any further. It doesn't. So let me get you the information. Let me get you the information from my man again. Look, you're gonna get tired of it. And so it's Chris Whitley again. It's Chris Whitley. And this is what he says. This is what Sky had put out initially. They say Sky Sports report, Xhaka is close to agreeing a new contract with the club. While it may appear to be a U-turn by Arsenal, it is thought Mikel Arteta would never wanted to let Xhaka go, having initially convinced him to stay way back in January. That is the first report. That one is the first report. Chris Whitley. According to Chris Whitley, Granit Xhaka has signed his new Arsenal contract today. Roma boss Jose Mourinho spoke directly with the Swiss midfielder who informed him about the new contract. According to James Bank, it is a 2-year contract on his current deal, 4 years from now. Big up Arsenal, you've done it again. You've done it again. You remember when I said, when we spoke about yesterday, it was yesterday, it's the only show we did. And I said that Mikel is 100% convinced Xhaka is staying. It was a complete deal. It was not a new one. It wasn't a new one. It's a complete deal. And my question is, where does it, how does this take us in front? Where are we going with a new deal for Granit Xhaka. So it is confirmed Xhaka signed his new deal today. And I think the same transfer frustration, the same transfer deja vus, they don't change, do they? They don't change. They absolutely don't change. So Xhaka, signs new contract. People, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. What do you think, Xhaka? Okay, Alberto Mondi. Thank you so much, Alberto Mondi. Thank you so much. Granit Xhaka signed his 4-year contract extension. Exactly, that's it. Thank you so much, Albert. I'm gonna put this bigger. I'm gonna make this bigger, round like that, so that everybody sees that, and your picture will also be seen as well. Okay. Please say my name once, please. Your name is so hard. Your name is so hard, but I'd love to give it a challenge, wouldn't I? I'd love to give it. I would love to give it a challenge. So, okay. I think you're called Sanep or Sunep. I think it is Sanep. Yeah, because from San, then you have EP. So Sanep, Molia. Is it Molia? Is it Molia? Someone should do me a challenge. Look, if I put my name here, apart from people from Uganda, the rest of you cannot pronounce it as well. If I put my surname here, only people in Uganda and only people from the Central region can do that. Most of you can. So breaking news: Granit Xhaka signed his 4-year contract extension, according to Chris Whitley. Yeah, that is true. That's absolutely true. It's not even breaking. It's a little bit old now. But thank you so much, bro. Chizito Ochek. How come you called Chizito Ochek? Well, it's funny. Hi, Cossy. Let Arsenal break Centenary Bank if you want us to be in top 4. I don't think Centenary Bank would have a lot of money to buy players. How much money would they have? How much they might have? I mean, if I think we need to deal with banks like the JP Morgan, maybe Barclays as well, because Barclays have the money to sponsor the Premier League. Maybe, right? Thank you so much for the comment, though. I agree with you. If the creativity is there behind those strikers, there is enough quality to get those goals up front. But we need a good attacking midfielder. We shouldn't give such much pressure to Smith. We need Maddison. You're absolutely spot on. You said it all. You absolutely said it all. People smash the like button. Let's get them to I don't know whether we are 200 yet. Are we at 200? Someone let me know where we are. Someone let me know where we are. We should be at 200. If you're not there, you guys, let's get that done. Okay. So I think Sanep dies. I think Sanep speaks it all. I think it speaks it all. It's a risk to go into a season where you want to, because with Emil Smith-Rowe, his area is so technical, very technical, and that's it. His area is so technical. You go into a season with only Smith-Rowe, there's a lot of pressure on them. That would be a lot of pressure on the lad. That would be a lot of pressure on the lad. Seriously, I reckon we don't do that. Seriously, Cossy, I'm got from Uganda. Though right now I'm in Mogadishu. If we don't bring in a right back and a creative midfielder, we are going nowhere. Please, thank you so much, Godfrey. I spoke your name. I said it. I said it. Someone says we are at 198 likes. Thanks everybody for doing that. Thanks everybody for doing that. We are at 198 likes. Thanks everybody for doing that. That really means a lot. That absolutely really means a lot. Xhaka and Partey is a good combination. Partey goes more forward. Xhaka sits back. Second, John. What should I say this? I won't comment on that. Thank you so much for the comment, though. Nice show, Cossy. I prefer Lacazette to stay rather than Aubameyang. That's according to Joel. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Sanab says Mole sounds a bit like German, but I am from Northeast India. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Talk about James. We've talked about James Maddison for 20 minutes and more than that. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Thanks everybody for doing that. And of course, I need your thoughts. So thanks everybody who shared with us your comments as well and thoughts. Cossy, please, we need to buy players who are experienced with the Premier League. You're right. You're right. I think over the years, over the past decade, we failed to bring in Premier League proven players. And it was last time I was comparing our squad and how many players we brought in from the Premier League with the likes of Liverpool. And you look at Liverpool, they brought in, a Mane somewhere. They brought in a Virgil van Dijk somewhere. And looks like they have that kind of balance. United have also brought in players like Harry Maguire, from the Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Chelsea have also brought in players like Chilwell, N'Golo Kante. You need the Premier League experience. Even City have players like, Kyle Walker, Raheem Sterling, and Riyad Mahrez. So we need them. We absolutely, we do need them. And I do agree with you, Geoffrey. Right. A right back and an attacking midfielder is a must. If we feel those two, we are good enough. I don't think Xhaka, I don't mind Xhaka staying. He's that kind of player who does the dirty jobs too for the team. All right. Thank you so much, bro. Much appreciated. I really wanted to get that young striker from Celtic, Hudson Edward. I am not sure of the name, but it's something like Hudson Edward. Yeah, he's speaking about Hudson Edward. He's a good striker, He's a very, very good striker. He doesn't have, I think Arsenal would do well. I think, he would do well. Cossy, we need to get that Lokonga and Partey partnership going. Maybe you're right. Because if we get that, Lokonga and Partey partnership, it's... But the problem is Partey. How reliable is Partey gonna be? That's the problem. And my problem, by the way, is if you play Lokonga and Xhaka, you're gonna have two players that have that really love sitting deep, that have very deep average positions, and their creativity is absolutely low. That's gonna be the problem. We need APL proven players, not players like Martin Odegaard. That is according to Anu. Because how do you think of Mathis? This is going to Ghana. We've been linked with two Mathis. Are you talking about Matthias Pereira? I think. Look, yeah. I mean, he had a fantastic season. He's he's Premier League proven. If you're talking about the West Brom player, fantastic Premier League proven. But again, if I think about it, will he work for Arsenal? If you brought him from West Brom to Arsenal, would he work? Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. I don't have a problem with him. If getting out of a window where we don't get anyone, I would go for him as well. How much was the official offer that Arsenal put in for James Maddison? Chris Whitley has only said a player plus cash deal offer. He's not said anything more than that. I'm still looking for more information to update you. And trust me, I will. Estella says no comment about Xhaka's there. And that speaks volumes. You might not say it, Stella. You might not say it, but for me, that speaks volumes. When you say no comment, it speaks volumes. Yeah, it absolutely speaks volumes. Right. Okay. Couple of comments. Because we need to get Lokonga and partnership. We looked at that. Because I'm Peter from South Sudan. I really need Arsenal to get a striker. Imagine, see the way our strikers are struggling. Look, what about the creativity? Let's work on that maybe. Albert says we need Max Aarons and Maddison. Then we are good to go. Max Aarons would be very easy to deal to do. James Maddison would be the harder one, but I do understand. Cossy, thanks for the show. We need James Maddison, second with Gerrard. Yeah, I mean the word need, the way you say the word need as Arsenal fans actually brings out the real issue. We need James Maddison. And yeah, we must not forget we need a backup keeper. Obviously, I can't. We've been speaking to Aaron Ramsdale for a while, and I'm asking myself really, what exactly is going on with this deal? What exactly? But I think it could be Aaron Ramsdale that comes in. Robert says, if I had money, I would have bought for Arsenal 4 players. Okay, attacking midfielder, right winger, a good striker, and a right fullback. That's according to Robert. If only if he had money. Okay. Cossy Arsenal need players like Maddison to join. DK Steven says Maddison, best Arsenal, can get as a superb incoming. Timo, my man, big up Timo. Hope you're doing well. Lautaro and Maddison, I think we should get one, but with you didn't complete that, Timo, did you? Didn't. Yeah, but you're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely right. We need to get one of them. We need to get one of them. Cranky, do this happen. Make this happen, Cranky. Please. We won't love you if you make it happen, but please make it happen. Ratlit FC Ghana says, because it don't matter who we sign. The manager Ateta didn't have a starting 11 last season. He is lost. We've got to. I will speak about Mikel Arteta. I will speak about Mikel Arteta. Before we begin the season. Patrick says Arsenal will not get him. It won't be a surprise though if we don't. Yes, Studio says, what about Edin Ketia? He is talented. He can control the ball. Then Auba and Laka, I guess he should be the one in the main formation. If we can't win, let's enjoy. It's according to Yaz. Okay. Nice thoughts though. Okay, Timo has completed his comment and he says, without any of the two, we are in danger, bro. Yeah, I think I think if Arsenal just enter the season like we are, it would be absolute madness. It would be absolute madness. You don't enter the season like that. I mean, you've given Xhaka a new contract, so he stays, Partey stays, and Nimi Smith-Rowe and Lokonga. Does that compare to City? Does it compare to Chelsea? Does it compare to Liverpool? Doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. We can buy all players available, but let's be honest, we need a manager, more non-players. Come on. How can you say, you're literally saying, we don't need an engine in the car. We just need a good driver. You need the engine. You're driving the engine. The manager is a driver. Yeah, the manager is a driver, but the engine, you need the engine. Cossy, where is Lucas Torreira? Lucas Torreira apparently flew to Spain. That was yesterday. He flew to Spain. And the player should be back in training already, but he's not. So we're still waiting for that. We're still waiting for an update. On that one as well. Bunjo says, Cossy, in one of your show, you talked about Matthew Hope. What happened again? Will he come? Do you know Matthew Hope? I talked about in the morning. I reported about Matthew Hope, USA international, 20 years of age, £4 million, 4 million euros. Plays at Schalke 04. Arsenal are linked with the player. That's all. There is nothing. That's all. They are links, and I reported them as links as well. Okay. Who are we targeting for right back to replace Hector Bellerin? At the moment, it's gone silent. Absolutely silent. I won't lie. It's gone silent. Very, very silent. Thank you so much, people, for watching. In. Smash the like button. Obviously, we are sponsored by the good guys at Yogabed.
Yes, guys, you heard me right. We are sponsored by the wonderful people at Yogabed. Now, Yogabed is the biggest platform for betting in Uganda. You can bet on your laptop, on your smartphone, or anywhere, even if you don't have a smartphone, as long as you can have a device called a phone in your hand. Yogabed brings you all the best betting odds for football, tennis, basketball, and a couple of other games. It depends on what you want to bet on. They have virtual games. They have 100% bonuses on your first deposit, as well as a 50 million jackpot if you can actually win it. Click the link in the description to get 100% bonus on your first deposit, and obviously to sign up with Yogabed. Bet with Yogabed so that you do not regret.
Right. So, people, it's been a wonderful show. It's been a wonderful show. Over 250 people watching in for almost an hour. That's been wonderful. I'll come back live. I'm coming back live, and we're gonna speak more about our transfer season. I think I will have someone on. Make sure you do smash like on the video, and I'll say goodbye for now. We meet at 9:30.